So for me, yeah, with the custom cakes, I don't do a lot of funding. I only do funding accents. I despise funding. And yeah, there's cakes with too much going on. And I'm definitely not doing the vaginal parts and the male parts. No, pick somebody else, please. I will not be offended. And I have done those. But once you get to a
Once you
certain
do
place,
one, you're done.
yeah,
If
yes,
you
I'll
done
turn
one, you done
down.
too many.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, dogs, cats, mices, mices, mooses, geeses, ducks, platypuses, snakes, spiders, all the animals that lived out of Zootopia. Shout out to y'all and giant jellyfish in the ocean. Welcome to the Big Back Lounge. I am your host, Neek. Had a little delay, a lot of things were going on. My life is crazy. I'm a lazy person as well, so a crazy life and a lazy person do not mix very well. So that's why you haven't getting many episodes. But hey, now that I'm here, we have a new one for you. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. Leave a comment. Tell me I'm terrible. I'm perfectly fine with that. There's always room for improvement around here. And also, you can follow me on all social media outlets under the name The Price of Wings. Now, in the Big Back Lounge with me, I don't know how we met. It just happened. Things happen in the food blogging world. You go to places, you meet people, and then people come cool and they become your buddies, and we're like, okay, cool. I can chat with her about anything when it comes to this food thing. And she gives me her open advice, and she's very good. And she's also very good at baking things, which I am very bad at because I will burn a brownie. I am that terrible at baking. We talked about this. So, and I also recently did a video for her, which is almost at 30K 30K views on TikTok. But on IG is at 1,000. It's kind of weird. We're not going to get into metrics. But she is a baker. She is a bakery owner. She can do acrylics too, right? Is that right? Acrylics? Is that
yeah,
what they
so the
call?
acrylics,
Acrylics.
engravement,
Engravements. They do cakes, cupcakes, cookies,
taking
everything
sips,
that you
decorating
taking
parties.
sips, decorating parties. If you talk to us, you're going to have a ball. Trust me, the people that I've talked to, they have a ball at her cake decorating parties. Trust me. Even though one I wasn't invited to, I'm going to get on her later. You know what you
It
did.
wasn't
But
intentional.
welcome to the lounge, Miss Qua. Damn, I've been talking too much. Quashandria
Yes, yes. Or Shaun works
or
just fine
Shaun,
too.
that works fine too, the owner of Sweet Aroma
Hey,
Dessert
hey, hey.
Bakery. Hey, how you doing, ma'am?
I'm great. How are you tonight?
I'm all right. How's family? The husband and the child that's pretty much had a birthday recently.
Yes, everybody's good. No complaints here. Family is great.
That
The
is
son
great.
is
So,
gearing up for for baseball season, so he has my schedule
yeah,
jam packed.
yeah, you have a lot going on your plate. No time for foolishness, people. All right. So, how did you get into baking?
My son is now 17, was probably about 5 at the time. So yes,
Okay.
been about 12 years ago. I come from a family of cooks. Um, Everything has always been from scratch. My family has always been in the kitchen. And my son had gotten to the age where he was into all of these themed cakes. But every time we would get a cake, it would be pretty, but it wasn't good, or the customer service was terrible. And I'm
Mhm.
really big on customer service. So after like the last encounter, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna figure out how to make my own cake. I mean, I really only started to do cakes for my family, to do some for my son, because like even now we don't even do cakes for his birthday because he don't even eat cake like that. The only cake he'll eat is like strawberry crunch. So I did all of that. I for him to get, but that's how I actually started. Had never been the person in the kitchen. I was always the student, the studious one going. I have a bachelor's degree, master's degree in things that do not concern baking. But started because of my son. And I just think it was a precursor to a coping mechanism that I would need. Because fast forward from I guess 2013.
Mm-hmm.
From 2013 is when I actually first started. So
Okay.
2015, a couple of years later, my mother passed unexpectedly, and baking became my coping mechanism. So I always say God knew I would need baking before I actually knew why I was doing it. So that's how
Hmm.
Sweet Aroma started. And my mama named my bakery Sweet Aroma, so it's a part of.
Oh,
I
it
still get to.
works.
Yes, it does.
Get a piece of her into it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what was the first cake that you had to make? Do you remember it?
I do. Strawberry.
Hmm.
Strawberry on strawberry. And strawberry cake is still one of my top sellers. The recipe has not changed. They look better, but the recipe hasn't changed since 2013.
Okay. Okay. All right. So since you've been baking for longer than me, so that pretty much works in my favor here. Do you have any baking tips for any beginners out there like me?
Patience. Patience.
Uh,
Yeah. And so I am a scratch baker, so I do feel like it takes more patience if you are baking from scratch. So there are other options. There are plenty of people that get a box. So it is easier, but my preference is scratch. But I also enjoy baking. So like I said, it's really a coping mechanism for me. No matter how tired I am, how tired I am. Once I get in the kitchen and start baking, like I feel better, no matter what's going on. So I can't speak for everybody else, but if you want to start baking, and especially if you want to bake from scratch, I say patience and just practice one recipe at a time, and just know that it doesn't happen overnight. Like being
okay.
a great
So
baker takes time.
okay. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. So if you were to say what would be the first thing a beginner should make if they're doing it from scratch, what would be the first recipe they should learn?
I would say something like a pound cake.
Hmm. Wow.
You don't have to
I
worry
never
about the
thought of
icing.
that.
You can put a glaze on it. You can make different flavor variations. And pound cakes to me are timeless. It's something that fits every arena, whether you're doing it for a corporate order, whether you're doing it for a family reunion, whether you're taking it to work. Pound cakes get around. And a lot of times they are a little cheaper to make, especially baking from scratch. Now you're gonna have to use the butter and the eggs, and eggs are
Mm-hmm.
$10 million right now.
10
But
million.
that's what I feel
That
like.
signed deal with the devil for eggs.
But yeah,
That signed a deal with the devil to get some eggs.
I would probably say a pound cake or cookies. Cookies are easy too. Chocolate
Okay.
chip cookies is another timeless thing that everybody should have in their baking arsenal if they want to bake. Brownies is another one that can go across different purposes and locations. So those would be my, like, if you were gonna start baking something and you didn't want to do too much too soon, I would definitely say brownies, cookies, and maybe a pound
All right. That's a good three. That's a good three.
cake.
All right. Before we go into the food part, this kind of transition part right here,
Okay.
what are some bad ideas for some cakes?
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about like decorating cakes or
We're
just
going to say
flavor?
decorating in taste and flavor. We're going to go decorating and flavors. How about that?
Decorative. So I hate cakes that have too much going on. Like
Okay.
I hate when decorative cakes have every trend that's going on. You got drip, you got money, you got bling, you got naked pieces, you got it. No, it's way too much for my taste. So that's me. That is sweet aroma. My customers know I ain't doing all this stuff. No, thank you. Get somebody else to do it. There's too much going on. Why do you need all of that on the cake? So for me, yeah, with the custom cakes, I don't do a lot of funding. I only do funding accents. I despise funding. And yeah, there's cakes with too much going on. And I'm definitely not doing the vaginal parts and the male parts. No, pick somebody else, please. I will not be offended. And I have done those. But once you get to a
Once you
certain
do
place,
one, you're done.
yeah.
If
Yes,
you
I've
done
turned
one, you've done
down.
too many.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like that's not my thing. Flavor, Ooh. And people eat this, but I don't like mint, like cakes with mint in it.
Mm.
No. And then sometimes people get to mixing too many flavors. If you have noticed, even when you come into my shop, I do very traditional cakes. They might have a little extra something, but you ain't gonna get all that crazy stuff. You're gonna get a traditional something. It's just gonna be really good, but it's not. I'm not mixing no red velvet and butter pecan. No, I'm okay.
Ugh.
We're not doing those things.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I think sometimes and that's what I will, I feel like sets me apart that I don't and like just because it's a trend does not mean it needs to happen in your business. But that's just how I roll.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now let's get to the main course, which is the food. Since we're talking about
Well,
trends,
what's
what are
up?
some trends that you're not rocking with outside of the ones you just talked about when it comes to food?
The burn cakes.
Mm.
I refer other people to no, no, thank you. Um, hey, I got somebody need burn cake. You still taking orders? It's way too much. It's too much liability for me. Um,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, like I love the heart cakes. I do platinum heart cakes. Have done them for several years, but I ain't getting the burn cakes. Anything where I feel like something they burn their wig or something, they gonna try to come sue sweet on. No, thank you. I don't, And then it's just a thought of burning something that people are going to eat.
Right, right.
I don't care that it's another piece of paper, but no, no, no. I'm gonna refer y'all to somebody else. It's other people that happily do them. I'm just not one of them.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah,
Now,
I think right now the burn cakes is one of the ones that I'm just like, no, thank you.
okay. So, what do you think the trend that's going to happen next? Can you make a predicament of what trends you think is going to see in baking?
Ooh, that's a good question. And the crazy thing, I've been thinking like, what's going to be next? I really think simplicity is going to kind of make a return as far as buttercream and I think the heart cakes are not. I don't think the heart cakes are going anywhere. I think people are
Mm-hmm.
going to start getting even more creative with them. I've been seeing more tiered heart cakes. Um, but I've been seeing the vintage cakes are coming back with the buttercream piping. So I think that's going to continue. The buttercream vintage cakes are going to continue. And I think cakes are going to become a little more simple. And I only say that because right now, with what we are dealing with economically,
Mm.
bakers are having to have cheaper options and not lower quality, but something that's not taking so much time because we have to charge for our time.
Right.
So I think a lot more simplicity, just kind of simple cakes are gonna like kind of make a comeback. But I think the vintage buttercream is gonna continue to soar, and we're gonna find different ways to make those happen.
I feel like the same thing. I think they're going to bring back like dump cakes and stuff like that.
Hmm.
They're going to
Yeah,
bring those back. I think they're going to bring
I
back
think more people are gonna start
yeah,
because
I agree though.
yeah, sheet cakes and things like that. I think those are gonna start back making showing themselves
Yeah.
and being something that people actually ask for.
I haven't seen a sheet cake in almost 5 years.
Really? I make them. I don't make them. I don't hardly post them, but I do make them.
I haven't seen one. Like I literally been to a whole kid's birthday party. They had a whole Spider-Man cake. It wasn't no sheet cake. It wasn't too long. It was
Really?
like 2 tiers. I'm like, ooh,
I've been
okay,
getting
we
more
doing
requests
this.
for sheet cakes lately. So over the last couple of months, I've done more sheet cakes than I probably did the whole 2024 in the last couple of months.
I think they want more because, more people want. I mean, I think people see them. They might be less expensive, like you said,
Yeah, they are less expensive and
but
they feed more people.
more people, yeah. And people like to bring everybody. Come on in, bring your kids for you. Nah, everybody get this cake.
Yeah, and
Nah,
things are
not.
more expensive now. So when you want a tiered cake, um, you're looking at where my sheet cake, my half sheet cake may start off at $85, but my 6 inch one tier cake starts at 125. And so the
Mm.
average person is like, well, that's not a lot of serving that I can get a sheet cake. So I think just because of what we're dealing with economically, that that's going to be something that people offer more. I see a lot of more bakers who haven't offered sheet cakes offering them now.
Yeah, we're going back to the old school,
Yeah.
big long Walmart cake.
Yep. Well, I'm here for it.
Bring, bring it back. Bring it back. All right. My food blog is basically started off hot wings. We talked about this for a quick second when you mentioned one, but now, can you name your top 3 hot wing places?
And let's see. I will say flights, fish and wings, I like.
Hmm.
I like, yeah, crumpets,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
particularly downtown and Highland.
Okay.
And a new one is Crave on Houston Levy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Flight
So,
in Mississippi,
uh-huh,
Crumpy's, Highland, or downtown.
uh-huh.
And we have Crave out here in Cordova near Houston Levy.
Yeah. Those are my top 3.
Okay. So they top 3 now. As of right now, this is your top 3.
Yes. I'm going to
Now,
flights on Wednesday.
yeah, I've had flights. I just never had their fish. That's what they told me to try next time. So I'm gonna try that when
Oh
I
yeah,
go
you should try
next
that fish.
there. Yeah. Crave, on the other hand, let me talk about that. Let's talk about that one right there.
Okay, let's talk about
Let's talk about
Crave.
them. Now, Crave is a nice space, nice
Mm-hmm.
menu, like the wing flavors, but they're in Cordova. They were originally in my top 5 for Cordova that I made that
Mm-hmm.
list. But when I really looked at it, they have a wing split charge, and I said no. They're at the top 5 off that up.
But did you like the wings?
I like the wings, but $2 wing split on the
Yeah.
10 piece. I'm sorry, I had to take them out of there.
Good, I
But they're
understand.
good though. They good. I just know they got the. I had the like I had lemon pepper and they had the cucumbers to the with the carrots and celery and the cucumber. I said, oh, this is new. I like this. And then saw the $2 wing split. I was like, ooh, they hit
I know that a lot of these places we
me. And
yeah.
that's the highest wing split charge I've ever faced.
And I don't think I've ever paid attention.
I paid attention. I got no
And I've
choice.
been probably like 4 or 5 times and
Hey, hey, at that point, you in. You locked in.
right, literally.
You
But
locked in
I
at that
also, you
point.
know what, I think we've only gotten like straight wings once. We normally get like I normally get that little combo with the wings and
Mm-hmm.
like egg roll or something. So that may
Yeah.
be why I haven't.
It might be the difference because I just get a 10 piece. Wherever I go,
Yes, I don't
mostly a
think
10
we
piece.
ever, I don't think we've ever gotten like straight wings.
Okay. Okay. Now, the area in, like, okay, so for people that don't know, she's on the street called her shop is on the street called North Hollywood.
Mhm.
Some people say, oh, it's on Hollywood. No, I ain't going there, but chill out. It's in the,
They do
uh,
say that
it's on
arts district,
Broad. It's near the Broad Arts District. You're fine.
literally.
Unless you coming out the parking lot, then we gonna have issues at that one with
Yeah, when
that.
people kind of drive. Yeah, so just pay
Yeah,
attention.
that's the only problem. But if you're getting the food around the area, where you get some food from?
Not a lot over there, unfortunately. Um, Broadway pizza. If I want something kind of heavy,
Mm-hmm.
I'll DoorDash. But it's not a lot over there. I go to Best Wings sometimes, and get their little manager special with the fish and the
Mm-hmm.
wings. Lenny's on Poplar. I don't get a lot around there unless it's a food. Now I'm mad because Q Guard is not around the corner on Tillman. I used to stay hitting them up when they were
Yep.
on Tillman, but since
Shot the
they're
mill.
gone, I don't I don't really go anywhere unless I DoorDash. I'll take my lunch because it's not a lot of food. We want more food. Like the guy who owns the tattoo shop next door, he does have food trucks. So I do support a little any food truck that he brings. Like there's a place called
Shot
Shy
field.
Philly. Yeah, I like their chicken Philly. It's
Oh,
really
okay.
good.
Shot to
Um
them.
yeah, so I've had theirs a couple of times. So he's invited them multiple times, and then I also got something from them that want to Cynthia Daniels events. He had another food truck there like a week or two ago, and my sister got food, and it was actually good, but I did not get the name of it. So any food trucks that come around the area, it's a great location for trucks to pop up at because we don't have a lot of restaurants and things around, especially where you can get something quick and light. So anybody listening, pull up over
Hmm. Smart move. Go to
there.
Broad Arts District and sit there. You got some room. Plenty of room. And a brewery down the street. If you want to just sit there, they'll probably let you sit there too.
I tried something out there. It was a taco truck,
Taco truck?
but I don't remember the name of it. I just pull up at food trucks. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If it's something in the area and I'm hungry, I'm like, oh, let me see what they have, and I'll try something. So I try to support other local small businesses when I can, and when I know where they are.
I can respect that. All right, now it's time for my favorite segment. Well, my second favorite segment. It is Big Back Action News. On the papers, newspaper. All right.
All right.
Today on Big Back Action News. You know Peeps, right? Peep. The marshmallow candy. Peep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know those.
Did you know that they now have a marshmallow milk coming out for Easter?
That sounds gross.
Yes, you might think it's gross, but apparently they now have a new milk coming out soon with Promised Land Dairy, which is coming. Its lineup consists of, let me figure it out. Let me see. I had the list. Let me see. They have a chocolate milk and a strawberry milk coming out. Now, with that being said, would you drink it? Because you don't like Peeps.
I don't like it. I don't really. So the chocolate would, if I had to taste it, I would taste that one because if you say marshmallows and chocolate, it will make me think of hot cocoa. But I don't like I'm not a marshmallow fan unless it's like in something or on something hot. Like my son would eat a handful. He'd just eat marshmallows out the bag. I'm not eating a marshmallow by itself. That's gross. But I would eat it if it's in my cappuccino or something.
I had an artisanal marshmallow before. It was about this big, but it was like a chocolate swirl. It was like a chocolate one, and I had a salted caramel one. Excellent. But they're now no longer here thanks to the pandemic. RIP to them. It's messed up. But I can do the strawberry one. I don't know about the chocolate. I really don't know. Me and chocolate milk don't go together like that.
See, I'm a chocolate person. I love chocolate. And I don't care for strawberry at all.
But you make strawberry cakes.
And they love my strawberry cake, but I don't.
And they love your strawberry cakes.
I don't.
That's wild. All right. That's the end of a bit back at your news. Let's move on. Now, if you ruled the world, that means you, not your son, not your husband, not nobody else, just you.
Okay.
What food would you ban?
I can only choose one.
You can choose multiple. It don't matter. You're banning the foods. I'm not. You ruling the world.
I would ban chitterlings, pig feet. They're in the food, but
them kids will be hot. Them kids gonna revolt.
Yeah, Takis will have to roll.
They're gonna revolt. I can get with you with chitlins and pig feet, but them Takis, them kids finna go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. Like, I don't eat steak, but I don't hate steak.
Okay.
But I do like steak and eggs, so I like steak in things. If that makes sense. Like, put it in an egg roll. Chop it and make me some Philly cheese. Yeah, and so I'm that way about, like, lobster. I'm not, so stuff like neck bones can roll. Anything that makes me do a lot of work to eat my food, I don't want it.
So crab legs are gone too?
Crab legs are gone unless they're already open. I eat something with, like, crab, like pizza. Crab can be in something, but if you think I'm cracking open some crab legs and I'm about to try to pull a piece of meat out of you out your rabbit mouth. Like, who works for their food? Crawfish. You think I'm gonna take bite a head off? No, thank you. No. I need my food ready. It needs to be eaten. I don't need to work for my food. Yeah, so anything that makes me work for my food, I'll pass.
I can respect that because I'm banning crab legs off the rip.
Yeah.
Because, no, y'all really doing this for
and
all
you know what
that?
else we can, exactly, you know what else we can ban? What's that sway? Because I'd be, baby, give me catfish.
Oh, you talking about the fake catfish?
Don't give me no fake catfish. No, thank you. Give me the real stuff.
Yeah. All right. Now, you say you come from a family of cookers, right? All right. So, with that being said, it's Thanksgiving, what are you cooking?
So when I host Thanksgiving, I do chicken and dressing, greens, candy yams, mac and cheese, a ham, lasagna. It's normally like my meal plus desserts. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Sometimes I'll do some cabbage.
that's a nice spread there. There's a nice spread. That's what. So how many hours in the kitchen is that, at least?
Don't remind me. Like this past year, I was not supposed to cook. We were going to my uncle's house in Dyersburg, but
Mhm.
my son decided to work on Thanksgiving. He works at the Paradiso. So, the
Mhm.
movies is open on holidays.
Yep.
And him and my husband, after I had already told him I wasn't cooking, and mind you, I had bukus of Thanksgiving orders. I'm talking about 50, 60 cakes. And they called me like that Monday and was like, hey, you ain't gonna cook for us? I'm like, y'all can just bring y'all a plate back. So I ended up cooking. I cooked some small. My husband had to go stand in the line at Honey Baked Ham. I was like, I'm not making no ham and I ain't going to the store. I said, y'all better go to the grocery store. And he called me 50, 11 times for the list.
Mm.
Because I was like, if you don't find my cheese, I ain't making no mac and cheese. So I ended up doing them some macaroni. They didn't have greens because it's 3 days before Christmas when y'all decided I was gonna cook.
Correct.
So both of them like green beans. I did them some green beans. They had to have lasagna because they act like they're gonna die if I don't make lasagna. I did
Mm.
make chicken and dressing. They had rolls. Yeah, but so yeah, and they had candy yams because my son he has to have candy yams and mac and cheese. He eats it in a bowl. I think it's the grossest thing ever. But
Man, touch the yams game. I feel you. I feel them.
yeah,
Feel them.
so yeah, how many hours I was trying to get at, I don't know because I was like oblivious. I was so exhausted. At minimum, I didn't have greens, but I would still say that still was like 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, I make your bread for you guys, and I saute my vegetables before I put it in my cornbread for my chicken dressing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you basically
so
work half a work shift
yeah, yeah. So at minimum 4 hours
at minimum. Wow.
for that quick meal. But if
That's
I'm
a
doing a
lot.
full spread, yeah, like 6 to 8 hours. That's why I'm cooking
Mm.
greens. I got to pick the greens. Yeah.
I have another question. I want to know, do you have a feeling? I don't know if you know it. I don't know. But do you think black folks got together and said, hey, we need another pasta to add to the mix for our Thanksgiving and our Christmas dinners? Why not
Well,
add
they
lasagna?
had to because
So who added that? I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't know. So my mother was the lasagna maker. So we've always had lasagna. Like how people would have spaghetti, we always had lasagna. My mama,
Hmm.
she didn't make spaghetti as much, but she would make lasagna. So after she passed, I was the lasagna person.
I'm still trying to figure out how did that come into
Yeah,
the equation? Is it
I know.
because spaghetti got too expensive? They said, oh, lasagna sheets are a little cheaper. You might as well make that.
I don't even
Or
think that's the case because lasagna is more expensive.
exactly. So I'm trying to figure out how did lasagna get
I don't know. I think
into
the
this.
lasagna is supposed to be like not necessarily like a bougie option, but it has a different appeal. Like spaghetti is just like, that's just spaghetti. But ooh, lasagna. Like, I
So
think that's the
basically,
thing.
lasagna is a main course in the side, like
Yeah.
spaghetti is.
Yeah.
Oh
Because for
boy,
like when I'm doing it for Thanksgiving, I cook a whole spread. But like if my family wanted for Sunday dinner, it's the main course and I just do some garlic bread and salad.
I
So
need to
yeah,
find out who said this, who put
it
that
go both
in the,
ways, basically.
who put the phrasing. But I'm trying to figure out when did that become a thing? Like when did,
Oh, it's been a thing for a long time.
right? It's been a thing because I went to I think the last Christmas dinner I went to, they had everything you just said, lasagna, and then like further down, you had spaghetti. I was like, why do we have both of these?
Yeah, I'm not doing lasagna and spaghetti. That's crazy. Because literally you
Somebody
making
bought
almost the same
spaghetti.
thing.
Yeah,
But I
somebody
know like when you're having big
somebody bought
events
it.
and stuff, a lot of people do, but I'm not cooking spaghetti and lasagna. That's a negative.
Maybe because if you have a lot more people, you might need
Yeah.
that spaghetti
And as
and
I said, a
lasagna.
lot of people when they have like huge events and stuff, family reunions, sometimes they'll do both.
That makes sense. But at everyone though,
I,
okay, I am
I can't
confused.
speak for them because I ain't making both of them. That's
I
way too
am
expensive for me.
Too much for my taste. Too much for my taste. All right. So, we just got out the year 2024. So, what was the best thing you ate in 2024, if you can remember it?
That I got from somewhere else and not that I made.
Somewhere else. Not that you made.
Somewhere that I got from a restaurant or something.
Restaurant, your cousin house, corner store, whatever you can think of.
That's hard.
That's hard. Okay, how about we break it down? What was the best thing you ate breakfast-wise last year?
Oh, no, that wasn't last year. That was the year before. So I can't say that one. It wasn't here anyway. I was out of town.
It doesn't matter.
So it was some restaurant. We were in Kansas City. We went to Beyonce concert when it was on my year before last.
Mm-hmm.
The last year I can't. It was but it was it was amazing. It was really good. Last year I'm trying to see where I go last year. I was damn busy. But I'm a foodie, so I do eat, and I'm always gonna go to restaurants and try stuff. Dang, make me go through my phone and look at my pictures because oh, let's see. Hold on. Okay, you can ask me another, but I'm gonna find look because I know it was. That was a that's
Okay, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip
yeah. We'll
that
come
three
back
since
to
we're
that one
gonna
because I
divide
know
that.
something gonna help my
Okay.
memory.
Now, since we're gonna skip that, we're gonna come back to that. Let's see. What is your earliest memory of home cooked meals?
My earliest memories, I was a little weird growing up, like
You don't
eating,
say.
and so my family would always me different things. So
Okay.
I didn't eat like neck bones unless my grandma made neck bone soup or something like that. So they would make me other things like if I wanted meatloaf, and so I remember things like that where my mom and my grandmother would always like make my special items. Like I didn't my mama and my siblings they used to love like shrimp cocktail and stuff like that. I don't do cold food. So I didn't start eating shrimp until I was grown and it had to be hot. So like I don't eat cold cuts. Warm my sandwich up, please. Toast my sandwich. So I those are my fondest memories of food. Like I always remember my mother making sure that I liked it, whatever it was. My husband feel like that we were spoiled because he grew up where it's like you eat whatever people make. And I was like, absolutely never. My family didn't. My mom and them didn't do that to us. So I can't relate to this.
Right.
And so we do the same. Me and my sister, we do the same thing with our kids now. But yeah, I said so. I think that's my funnest memory. Like I always remember, like not being able to enjoy food. I remember my family always being in the kitchen. And they would feed everybody. Like whether it was in my grandmama's house, even in my mom's house, she would feed the neighbors. Like everybody knew my mother could cook, and so we never like went without meals, and we always had good food. Like my mama wasn't a person who went to the grocery store and bought all the junk and stuff. Like we had meals and she cooked for us literally up until she died. And then I became the person that did the holiday meals and stuff.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one. I like that one. All right. Since we're gonna skip over the 2024 thing because that's a long time ago. Now, I didn't want to ask this question, but we're gonna ask it today.
Okay.
What is one place that somebody hyped up and you tried it and you were just like, man? So with that being said, what is your own hype restaurant?
Oh, hype.
Mm.
It's closed now, but I was pissed off when I went there. Supper Club. It was just a hype. I was pissed. We went there for my birthday. The best thing was maybe like the drinks, but how you messed up salmon? I don't know. Like, and I'm not a
Mm.
big complainer. I still didn't give them no bad review. I just don't go back. Like, I'm one of those people. I know we have to, give our people grace, 100%. But the food did not do it for me. So that's one I can remember, like off the top of
On
my
the
head
top.
that off the top I was like, mm, y'all could have kept it. Y'all talked about this food like it was just so good, so good.
Mm. Got that in common. Yeah.
So I was not very thrilled about that.
You got another one? Or you still pondering?
had some wings from somewhere, and I was pissed off.
Why you turn like that?
You know who it was, and they used to make really good wings, but
Huh?
they on my S list.
Okay.
Oh, oh,
Ooh, okay. Okay.
and some people still like they so good. No, nothing. I've had 2 locations recently, and I'm like, no. So I've taken them completely off my list. And I used to eat them a lot
Wow.
because back in the day, I used to talk to somebody that, but yeah, so I used to eat there all the time. But yeah,
Boy.
so that's the one place that I feel like people be talking about. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna keep that one short with 2. All righty,
Yeah,
all
we'll keep that.
righty, all
Yeah,
righty.
and okay, one more.
All right.
What's it's that place on Broad from down from me, the liquor store.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
It's just okay, and I love breakfast food. Now my sister said the burger is really good, but I haven't had that. But when I went for breakfast twice, it's just subpar.
Mm. You're the first person to bring that one up. You're the first one with that one. I give you that one. You're the first one with that one. Sub Club, you're not the first on that one because it's me and 3 other people.
For real.
Yep. Let's see. What do you get? Else you say All Star. You're the first on that one too. I give you that one. Yeah, All Star.
Yeah, I just
It's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know they was doing like that at the liquor store. At the store of liquor. But first of all, Miss Shaun, we're gonna call you Shaun because that's what you said call you.
yeah,
But
that worked.
thank you for joining me here in the Big Back Lounge. I really do appreciate you. Appreciate you,
Absolutely.
your acquaintanceship. You've been very good to me. Cake and pies and cookies and all the delightful things. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your support as well.
No problem. I still didn't think, like I told you when it first happened, when it hit 20,000 on that video, I was like, wait, what is going on
I
here?
know that's crazy.
And I at least this, like I said, the whole metrics thing is weird because I just threw it out there because I was trying to get it out because I had something going on. It was steady at like 200, 300, and I look up, it's to 3,000. I'm like, wait, how did this happen?
Yeah, and we've gotten so
I'm
much
just,
traffic from that one video.
that's good because
Like
y'all,
so
I
many new
mean,
people. Like, hey, I saw you on TikTok, and I don't really be on TikTok, so I'm like, I get a notification and you have 10 new followers or you have a person that saved this menu. I'm like, where did these people come from? And I didn't realize because I wasn't even following you on TikTok. So I didn't even know you had posted it until one of my friends and customer posted it. And I'm like, oh, so it made me go look. I'm like, okay, this is where all this traffic is. I'm looking people looking at my profile on the website. So yeah, so we appreciate it. We're still like literally getting people to stop by. Like, hey, I saw you. I'm like, well, thank you.
hopefully they bought 1 or 2 cakes because
Yes.
I think one cake you sold out of. I was trying to get. I was in there. I don't have no more this cake. I'm like,
Yeah.
ain't no
I'm
use for me
sorry.
going that way at this point.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry.
what's the menu with this week? Have you thought of it?
Yeah, we've already prepped. We're doing caramel drip cake this week,
Okay.
sweet potato pound cake, bourbon glazed bread pudding, and then our chocolate chip cookies, pecan chocolate chip, strawberry sugar, maple iced oatmeal, good ice on. And then we have our jars. And this week we'll have key lime. We haven't had key lime in the last couple of weeks, so we will have key lime this week. I think
Did you
that's
just
it
say
for
key
you.
lime?
Yeah, so key lime jar, Biscoff, cookie pudding, strawberry cheesecake, strawberry shortcake,
Yeah, you might be seeing
brownie,
me then,
blondie.
because
Yeah, come through.
key lime is my thing. Key lime is my favorite thing.
Yes, it's been missing in action for a few weeks, so we gonna give y'all key lime lovers some key lime jars.
And I appreciate you for doing that. But like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. Listen to the past episode. Listen to the new episodes. I'm trying to get back into this groove of things. My life has calmed down a tiny bit, but hey, it is. It's life what it is. It's a bunch of misfortunate events. But anywho,
Man.
no need to get on my weirdo life. But Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching on the tubes of you. And like I always say, your big back ass is always welcome here in the Big Back Lounge. Peace.